maybe you can spend some words about the project that we are going to do with Francesca Mini this year. I'm talking about the idea of language because we are going to work on this idea. I presented some pieces made by you about language. And language as a point of connection between, this idea of local and global, local modernity in this idea of connecting with globalization in some way. This problem with, for example, English as a second language is difficult to connect to the world using the language that is not your language, and so I think that which is the role of language in this project, Mesopotamian dramaturgies, and especially in these pieces that I mentioned now.
Well, language is everywhere. Even people are not talking; they're talking. It's in the nature of nature, and because of our brain, everything talks to us. Even images, or even emptiness, even that you have no people around you. If architecture talks to you, nature talks to you. And we are also capable of assigning meanings to things and objects according to our belief systems or according to our intelligence or intellectual background or whatever. So you could have an intellectual reading of your surroundings, or you could have a very religious reading, or you can have a dream, and then if you are superstitious, then you can have a reading of that dream, or you can read coffee cups, or if you're a psychologist, you can say, oh, I had a dream, maybe this is because of what so and so said something, maybe I'm repressing something, blah blah. So nevertheless, language is everywhere. We cannot run away from it even when we are sleeping, in unconscious state and also conscious state, obviously. And language is not necessarily something like talking. I'm interested in structures. I'm interested in how everything is made. I only break them up in order to remake them. For that reason, I made English as a second language, for instance, because in this one you have, again, in this desert space, you have two guys reading Edward Lear nonsensical poetry, which is already difficult but playfully difficult for English-speaking people to understand, because there is really nothing to understand.
Yeah.
But for them, it is completely incomprehensible. And yet they are reading the alphabet to each other,
But at the same time, in the piece about Shakespeare works, the idea is that different people can write down the text of Shakespeare in his own way to write. And so there's a kind of interpretation. You started from a kind of very well-known text, English as a second language. Each people can start from a text that is incomprehensible and try to be clear it, but without any possibility to do that. And on the other side, for Shakespeare, you start from a very comprehensible text, very well-known text, but transforming in something that you can't understand, because each person gave his own version, writing, and
image contains language. Because it becomes an image when you project it. It becomes this moving, almost like conceptual painting or animation, this animated image.
Yeah.
But it contains language, which is hidden in it. It's main ingredient, but it becomes object. Language becomes object.